Good morning, everybody. I'm hoping that I can get through this video without my 2.5-year-old waking up and my 2-month-old waking up. So, fingers crossed. So, the first story that I looked at was for a 3 to 5-year-old, and it is the story, Are You My Mother? So, I was read this story when I was little, and I also read it to my daughter. The first thing that I noticed about this story was the pictures in the story. The pictures match the sentences, and the sentences are also very short and basic. So away she went, and it's a picture of the bird flying away. Also, in this story, there are basic sentences, like I said, and basic vocabulary. Out came the baby bird. And then here's a picture of the baby bird popping out of the egg. The text is also very repetitive. So, for example, he came to the kitten. Are you my mother? He said to the kitten. The next page would say, then he came to a hen. Are you my mother? He said to the hen. So this repetitive text is great for young beginning readers because it's giving them confidence because they're able to read the sentences because they know that it's going to repeat. Also, it would be good for like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old because they can get excited and repeat and read with you the story, Are You My Mother? So my daughter really likes to do that, read this story, and she gets all excited and, we're building the foundations to reading. Also, I might have mentioned before, it also has basic vocabulary, but new vocabulary for a EL learner, like plain. And you could also explain in your classroom that this might also be called a jet. The second story that I analyzed for 8 to 10-year-olds was The Ugly Duckling, and I chose like an essay form, not in like a book form with pictures, because I thought with pictures it might be a little too easy or baby for the students, and I was thinking about grades 3rd and 2nd when picking my story. So that story is more difficult just because it had no pictures to match the words. And it also had complex vocabulary, words and phrases. For example, it would say at the crack of dawn. So you would have to explain to students what that meant. Also, it had a phrase about the mother being embarrassed. Again, you would have to explain what embarrassment. And I also thought about how you could make a real life connection talking to students about how they were, or there was a time that they embarrassed their mother. That would also help with comprehension of the story and engagement, keeping the students engaged. One last thing I thought about in the story was double meanings of words, longer sentences, more complex vocabulary words. And those are all strategies that you would have to help, or situations that you would have to use strategies to help in the classroom for a EL learner. All right, everybody, have a good night or good day. Bye-bye.